Alright guys, now see our cool runner's already prepped and ready to go. I already applied the pad to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to prepare the video port for the receiving of the chip. And we also have to go ahead and we've got to solder a ground to it. So what we're going to do here, if this thing will ever cooperate, is we're going to place it up like that. Now, I'm going to apply a little flux to the video port right here. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to take our solder and our iron and we got it hot. And we're going to make some smoke here. Heat this up real good. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a big old giant solder ball. And that's going to be our ground. Now, once that's done, which it is, take the heat sink, take it away, I'll lay the board down. Now, in order for this to fit properly, let's see, this is too low right here. And when you try, if you have to reprogram the chip for a different time and file, it becomes a pain in the ass. So what I use is a piece of 3M tape, double-sided sticky tape. And what I'll do is I will apply this to the video port. Just like so. And that will lift it up off the pad enough. Then I'll take this where I use the Cool Runner pad. And oh, this is so cute. I love the sticky stuff. I'll peel that off. And then you're going to place it carefully on the board, and you're going to press down. Okay. Now that's stuck pretty good. And then we're going to take our wires. I'm going to straighten these out right here. Way we don't cross anything and we know what's what. Okay. Now, that's the install of the chip right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to first solder E and F and the power wire to our pad that I showed you on the board. Okay. I get these out of the way here so that nobody gets confused. Confusion is a bad thing. So here's our NAND. That's our reader right there. Our two wires to read the NAND. Also going to this pad. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put power and then E and F. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is the power wire because it's pretty big. And you want to go ahead and you want to bend it in place. And also you want to clip a little bit off. It's like I said, you don't want too much. And then we're going to place it right to this pad right here. Now, I'm going to see if I can do it this way so that you can see it. Okay. I know the camera angle is not really too good, but ain't too much I can do about it, guys. because I'm dealing with a little tiny little video camera right here, and it ain't the greatest in the world. But for all intents and purposes, it works. Well, what I'm going to do, make a little bit more smoke. Oop, hit the green wire. Whoopsie. You can feel it once she gets good there. And there you go. And let's put the green wire back. We don't want to have this out of control here. There we go. Okay, now we got our power wire set. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do E and F. Okay. Now E, I want to take that, loop it, and E you're going to bend, and E is going to go right to this pad right here. So clean your soldering iron, clean the tip. There's a solid connection right there. That's E. Then we're going to take F, loop that underneath E, because we're going to use the hot melt glue gun to make sure that these things don't come off of here. And that's E. Okay. No, excuse me, that's F, sorry. So we have E here, F, power. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take this, I'm going to flip this around here, like so. Okay, now, move the camera up here. And we're going to take our reset wire, which is the blue one, which is D. I'm going to come up over here. Then what I'm going to do is we're going to take D. Okay. And D is going to go to this pad right here. I already fluxed it, so take that, heat the solder up, Okay, there's D. We're now pulsed. We're now going to be able to send a pulse. Now, C. This is C. I'm going to take C, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this, put it over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go loop it underneath. Should always go underneath, and we're going to loop it through here, through this hole. I want to pull it tight, just enough to get it out of the way, and then we'll hot melt glue gun that down. Now, C is going to come over here. I'm going to flip this over. And what we're going to do with C is I want to bring it up and around, and we want to put it right to here. Okay, now I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Yeah, that's a little better. Right to there, that's where it's going to go. Alright, so I'm going to do here, apply a little flux to the wire. A little dab will do you. And then we're going to apply that to the ft4 pad on the underside of the board. It's very easy to burn this pad up also. So you want to apply a little flux, very minimal amount. Just get it so it's wet. Then you want to take some of your solder, and then what we're going to do is going to heat it up, and we're going to apply just a little amount of fresh solder right to that pad right there, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to apply the solder right to the tip of that. And that's a good connection right there. There's our post out. Now, first thing that we're going to do now is we'll go ahead and we're going to tape this wire down. And usually I use hot melt glue, but I wanted to make this quick. So, on the final install, once it's done and I got everything under control, I'll go over it with hot melt glue. And I just use some Scotch tape to hold it in place for right now. I don't want it moving around on me. We'll keep that down. There you go. There's your post out. Now, okay. Now that's done. Now there's one point in here, which is the RB. It is the R4B24. Okay. This little pad. Now there's also an alternate, but I like soldering to this one. But this little pad is a real cutie, because you could burn this one up so easily it's not even funny, and destroy your standby clock and all that kind of good stuff. I'll have to use a magnifier to see it, because I don't want to wind up with a mess on my hands. It's a tiny little pad right there. I'll got this light on it here. See if I can see it without the light. Of course not. So I'm going to have to do that. I have to turn it on. You're going to solder it right to the R4B24 pad. Right, the one right by the resistor. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of flux, put it on the tip. I'm going to flux that area just slightly, just enough. Then take our solder. Make sure the tip is clean, very clean. Like I said, there's a tiny little point. I'm going to heat it up. Of course, it's stuck to the damn soldering iron, not where I needed it to go. There we go. Once you get some solder on it, it's good. Then I'm going to take this little booger right here, and this is the one that you have to be real careful with. And I'm going to put that little puppy right there. Trim a little excess off. Apply a little solder to our tip. And then we're going to take this little bad boy right here. And there she is, nice and tight. And it's very scary to do. And when we take our ground, what we're going to do is we're going to put this ground here like this, and we're going to cover our wires. And that way it holds them all in place without too much of a headache. And there's our ground. Push that up against there and we're good. And on to our next segment now. Catch you in a few.